Hunters that want to go to Alaska and pursue maybe the ultimate bear hunting adventure, not the biggest bears in Alaska, but the biggest adventure, should really talk to us about the April hunts. That's a bear hunt that is like nothing else you'll ever do in the state of Alaska. The travel's fairly complex, but really simple. You're going to fly to Anchorage and spend the night. We have all of our clients stay right at the Lakefront Hotel. It's right next to the airport. It's easy to access. Then the next morning, you're going to go to Merrill Field and catch a flight on Lake and Penn Air out to Port Allsworth. Now, once you land in Port Allsworth, everything else is taken care of. This hunt is done from mid to late April when the snow is just starting to melt. The bears are about to pop out of their den, and kind of the sweet spot to start that season has always been around the 15th of April. And you access the backcountry by Super Cub, sometimes on skis, sometimes they're landing on wheels, but you're flying into a remote strip, staying at the cabins, and then it becomes a hurry up and wait game. This is a time of the year when the bears, like I said, they're popping out of their dens, but you don't just go out and hike around. You can't hike around. There's places where there's 3-4 feet of snow. You just can't walk 50 miles looking for a bear den. You have to stay put. And the airplane will take off and go fly every day, and they'll fly grids. They look in the places where they know they're going to find bear dens eventually. And sure enough, when they spot a bear den from the air, then they know where there's a bear popping out. And usually that time of year, the majority of the bears that are digging out early are boars. So that becomes a target bear to go take a look at. And you're either going to fly out in a Super Cub later that afternoon, set up a camp, spend the night, and go after that bear the next morning. Or you're going to ride snowmobiles out there and go after it. Or sometimes you just get lucky and they're close to where the cabin camp's at and you can access it by foot. No matter what, this is a hunt that requires someone to be in good physical condition. You've got to be able to hike, climb, and hunt. It's not a hunt for someone who's in poor physical condition or older. Although I did this hunt with 71-year-old Don Hardaway.
Okay, reload. Okay, he's going downhill.
He had no problem doing it, but he is an exception to the rule for people north of 70. That man was in great shape and took a beautiful bear. But once again, you're going to fly out, put in a spike camp, then hike to the den, usually on snowshoes, unless the snow is just not very deep, and then you can just hike for it. Or you're going to snowmobile out, get a look at the den, try and find that bear outside the den, and look and see, is it a boar? Is it a big, mature adult bear? And is it alone? You're always looking for that potential sow with a cub. Once you determine that the bear's a shooter, move in on the den. Usually those bears will stick around the den for 2 or 3 days. And when you do, I'll tell you what, it's magical. The final stalk is going to be the most heart-pounding, exciting moments of your entire hunting life. It's a time of the year when the bears have incredible hair, they're beautiful. It's a hunt that most people don't even think about doing, but we highly recommend to all of our clients. If you'd like to talk to us about that hunt, give us a call at the office. We will take your calls, we'll answer your questions, and we will help you book the hunting adventure of a lifetime.